Previously on Our Curious Georgia. This girl just swam today for the first time by herself.
No, it was good. Not too bad. It was good.
What's all over your face?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Is Georgia your best friend?
Yeah.
Who's your best friend, Georgia?
Aya.
Aya.
Not often you hear somebody just have the balls to do it, really, you know? And
Georgia, he's huge. Look at him compared to my hand. He's big. We just had a big rainstorm, so he's coming out looking for food, I bet. Can you find me a plant, Georgia? What do you think his name is?
He's moving.
He's moving again.
Come, Daniel.
He'll be there in just a sec.
Hi, little Daniel. He's going with me. Come, 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 come. It's more fun here.
Okay, so what's happening, everybody? It's 4:49 in the afternoon right now. That's exact. I just try to paint the scene for you guys to make you feel like you're here. It was really hot today. It got to 33 degrees. One of those like humid, sweat dripping, like you need 4 showers. It's still not enough. The girls are at the pool right now cooling off, and Georgia is working on her swimming skills, of course, but I think you guys saw in the last video. But let's acknowledge the situation right now. There's like an elephant in the room. There's an unevenness going on, or something wonky going on with these eyes. I've been battling an eye infection for the past week. I've been trying to put this video off so that I don't have to show this, but it's actually gotten a lot better. But tomorrow's Monday, today's Sunday, so I gotta get this video. I don't have any more time. So yeah, this video is a little bit different style video than our normal weekly family fun adventures that we do, or day in the life. This is more of like an informational style video. There's a lot of people that are en route to Bali soon, have been writing to us wanting to know how much do villas cost, how long can we rent them for, what's the best areas to stay in. But keep in mind, we're not going to highlight the entire island of Bali. It's a big island, okay? We're going to kind of pinpoint more. One in Sanur, one in Seminyak, and then majority of them will be in Ubud. Okay, that's our home base. That's where we like to stay at. So we have a really solid contact here named Kadek. He was a property manager for a villa that we rented last year, and we've just kept in touch through WhatsApp. I'll link all his contact details below for you guys so that you can reach out to him. He said he doesn't mind. So just before we get into the whole virtual tour side of this video, I want to give you guys 2 big pieces of advice. At least in my opinion, okay? You guys ask a lot, how do we find these properties, or how do we locate them, or what websites are we using? It depends, okay? If Jazz and I are going somewhere for a short-term stay, we usually use Airbnb or agoda.com, but mainly Airbnb. I just find it more user-friendly. I understand it better. But that's, and when I call a short-term stay, anywhere from maybe a week to 3 weeks. Anything longer than that, we don't tend to book ahead of time. What we'll do is we'll go to, say, a Facebook page. So if we know we're going to be going to Ubud, for example, we would add ourselves to Ubud, Bali, Housing and Rental. I think that's the exact name, but it'll be linked below. Join it, introduce yourself. You know, I'm so-and-so, this is what I'm looking for, this is my price range, this is the amenities that I need, and someone will get back to you. They'll send you photos of what they have available, the dates that they have available, and you're off to the races. You just kind of communicate back and forth from there. If that doesn't work out, you can always find yourself or book yourself maybe 1 or 2 nights on an Airbnb accommodation somewhere central, and then once you get here, you've got your first couple nights sorted out, and then hit the pavement, okay? Because what they show you online is really like 30% of what's actually available out there. Once you get to Bali, there is villas, it's villa central everywhere, and you're always gonna get a better price. For example, the villa that we're in right now, we're paying 6.5 million rupiah per month because we're face to face. We did this here in Bali. Had we booked this on Airbnb, it would have been 8.5 million per month. Not a huge like make or break, but still, when you're talking long term, that's a big deal. So that's my suggestion for you guys. Short term, book Airbnb, get it out of the way. If you're coming long term, book a couple nights, come here and then see for yourself what's available. And it just, yeah, it's better face to face. So without further ado, let's get right into the villa tour. So the very first place that we went to was Sanur, which is on the east side of the island. This was like our first introduction to what Bali villas were really like. So this villa was just a few minute walk off the main drag and tucked down a little quiet neighborhood. It was $60 US per night. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with private pool, and we loved this villa. It was just perfect for us. So quiet and just the right distance from all the action, yet not being amongst it. It did come with a fully equipped kitchen, but being here only 4 nights, we barely used it. So the next one's in Seminyak. So this is on the other side of the island, on the west side, the surf side. We stayed here for 2 nights just to be closer to the airport because we had an early morning flight. We loved this villa and would come back here in a heartbeat. And not just because of the world-class smoothie bowl shop outside our front door, but this was a complex of villas called Minggu Villas. Great location again, right off the main drag in town, but still tucked down a quiet street. This villa was $46 US a night with a 2-bed, 2-bath and private pool, which was literally in your living room. Such a cool concept when you get to walk out from your couch and drop into a pool. An experience Georgia can tell her grandkids one day. Also came with a fully equipped kitchen and a cell phone for guests' use during the stay here, which actually came in handy for booking taxis and calling in deliveries. Okay, so the rest of the villas I'm going to highlight are all in Ubud, and specifically in a village called Pondok. So Ubud is like the cultural mecca of the island, okay? It's right kind of smack dab in the center. It's in the jungle. There's a main town in Ubud, and then everywhere surrounding it is villages. So we've only stayed in Pondok or something. That's where we like. It's kind of the closest main village to the center, but far enough away that it's still that quiet feel, but it's only walking distance kind of thing. I can't comment on any other villages. I don't know about them. But just to keep in mind, if people are looking for pricing, the closer you are to the center of town, like anywhere, the more expensive it's going to be. The further out you go, the cheaper it's going to be. The very first villa was probably one of our favorite places we have ever stayed anywhere in our worldly travels. It was just so unique to have a private villa with private infinity pool that backs onto just nothing but endless rice fields. It was in a little neighborhood called Devi's Place. This property was booked on Airbnb and had 2 villas that shared the same pool. One was named Hibiscus and the other was Jasmine. I know, right? It was meant to be. This worked out perfect as we had Nana with us, who got to have her own place. Hibiscus was much larger and probably the preferred choice, but both villas came with everything included. The famous open-air bathrooms, big spacious kitchens. We did get a bit of a deal from the owner when we booked this because of the time of year. So we got these for $30 each a night, so $60 for the entire property, which is a steal. Ended up costing us $900 US for the total 15 nights. And it did come with a cleaning lady once a week, which most of these villas do. And she would also do our laundry if you did request it. Honestly, no complaints about this place at all. Just for us long-term stay, it was a little bit out of our budget, but for a short-term stay, it was awesome. Number 4 brings us to a spot called Griya Bunga 2, which is where we came first off when we got back here for a couple nights. This was still a private villa with all the fixings, kitchen, bathroom, wraparound balcony, but had a shared pool on the grounds, which is a good way to go for some of you who want the luxury of having a pool to use, but don't want to pay the higher prices of a private pool. This location too was situated in a perfect spot, backing onto a secluded ravine and facing a slew of rice fields in the front. Mosquitoes were a little worse here, but welcome to Bali. This place was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for $25 US per night, or $377 for the month. It was only steps away from a quiet little cafe where we spent most of our working hours. So the contact for this was Booty. He was awesome. He even picked us up from the airport. Yeah, I highly recommend this place for someone that wants a more secluded spot. So number 5 brings you here to where we are right now. This is Wayan Sudra house. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath with a beautiful open concept layout. That's the thing with these villas. Even when you're inside, you're still outside. This kitchen is more enclosed but has doors that open right up to the yard. Georgia has her own little gazebo to the left, which she calls Georgie's house. We love the bathroom, which comes with a tub, something we haven't really had for over a year now, and the stand-up shower beside it. The king-size bed is a nice bonus for us as co-sleeping families. This one doesn't have AC, which really hasn't been an issue for us this far. With cooler mornings and evenings, it's been fine. There's no pool here, but still have a sizable yard that Georgia can play in and has a great view of the surrounding jungles. This is costing us $470 per month all in. The only extras are propane for the stove and the water jug for drinking water, which we fill maybe once a week for that. It's about $1.45 each time. And the contact for this, the Wayan is the father of this house, but Lei Ping is his son who can speak better English. And again, I'll link his contacts below, so if you want this place exactly, you can contact him. through WhatsApp. So the next 2 villas I'm going to highlight are both in the same area that we're in right now, behind Alchemy, which is like a popular area, but they both have private pools. This one in particular is brand new, just finished completion. In fact, when I did this tour, not one person had stayed here yet. And you can kind of see, because it's lacking a little foliage in the yard, a little more bare than your usual villa, but it is a very modern 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and this was going for $13 million a month. It has your typical outdoor style living area and kitchen with an AC in the bedroom and a nice stone style shower. Number 7 is also a 1 bedroom, 1 bath with private pool, but has a much more lush environment. We were always secretly hoping to snag this one up, but it's almost double what we're paying right now. He's asking for $12 million for this, maybe dropping a little lower if you were staying long term. This is still a very cozy sort of rustic feel with the wood look and the wraparound balcony, which also has an outdoor kitchen. There were people staying here at the time, so we couldn't really go inside, but you kind of get the idea. So the last 2 ones I'm going to show you are both 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but have no private pool. So this villa, I believe, was only 2 doors down from the last one I just showed you, with a more enclosed yard. Still a very private feel with a good sized bedroom and a work desk. The bathroom was huge and had a tub, which isn't so common, but nice when you do get it. It also came with the wraparound balcony and outside kitchen, and he was asking for $6 million for this one. Number 9, this one is the one that Jazz and I almost moved into this time around, but last minute got booked up by a couple on Airbnb, so we had to settle for this place. I know, unfortunately, right? We really like this one, especially because of the size of the yard. It just felt much more open with a huge wraparound patio for your kitchen table and lounge area and large kitchen space. Even a regular sized fridge for us produce lovers. So this was a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and the bathroom was by far our favorite. It had the open air style with tub and stone shower, and he was asking for $6.5 million for this one. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. To kind of sum this up again, how much do villas cost? I guess it depends on what you're looking for, the size, location, how long can you rent them for. That's negotiable between you and the landlord. As long as you can stay there and he has availability, you're good to go. Usually they want rent up front, which is kind of standard procedure. But yeah, and sometimes they'll throw in a bike rental with it if they have one, or if not, everything is negotiable here. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys in your kind of planning research mission coming out to Bali. I know a lot of you have been writing to us recently saying that you are coming here soon. If I've forgotten anything or you have a story to share, put it below. And I'm sure anyone or people would love to read it. Any more advice that you guys can share would be totally welcome. But yeah, the girls are outside and I want to go join them. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Okay, so almost forgot the questions for this week. Kind of like a mixed bag of 3. Duns Against the Grain messaged us on Instagram asking about pools or our thoughts on private pools, I guess with kids. Have we had any encounters where someone's not allowed us to rent because Georgia was under a certain age? Also, a lot of you have been asking about bugs since we've been in Bali, and theft. So we're going to tie these in, but I'm going to get Jazz's opinion on this because you guys have heard me talk in this video already. So Jazz, you mentioned what you think about these 3 things. Okay, cool.
You want to sit on me? Okay, come.
No, I want to sit right
Here?
in the middle. Say hi, Peachy.
Hi, Peachy.
Peachy.
Okay, bugs, they're honestly not even that bad. Literally everywhere we read before we came were like, don't get an open concept, blah, blah, blah. There's creepy critters or whatever they call them everywhere. We had everything open, and the biggest annoyance was this gecko that lived on our roof that came alive at night and just was like, what did the gecko say at night?
Gecko, gecko.
And what did we say?
Hey, you gecko, you go to sleep.
And did it listen to us?
No.
It just kept talking, didn't it?
Yeah.
Silly gecko. Yeah, there was no other bugs. Like the odd one, there was ants if you left food out. But
Food has to go in the fridge. It can't sit on the counter like in...
Yeah, it has to go in the fridge. Anyways, bugs are not bad. Don't even worry about them. We lived in a very open concept style place and it wasn't an issue. Though you need a bug net at like 100%. You'll get gecko poop on you and you'll just get eaten alive by mosquitoes otherwise. Pools, super up to you and how you feel about it. Of course, like they can be like a huge hazard and are a huge hazard, and there's a lot of accidents that happen, I know, but we are just like super conscious of it and very vigilant of George wherever she is. Like if I'm in the bedroom and George walks out and Sean's in the kitchen, we're like, you got her. Like not for 1 second does she leave it. We lock the bedroom door at night. Not that she sleepwalks, but it's just an extra precaution. And Yeah, so totally up to you though. They're a huge hazard, but we just are super careful with them. And what was the other one? Theft, not a problem. For us anyway, like I can't speak personally about it because we've never had an issue. Though you read on Facebook groups and stuff that it does happen, sort of just like it does everywhere. When we leave, we're just conscious, like we don't leave our laptops lying on the bed or our camera on the couch, or we just make sure everything's locked away or hidden. And there's often safes available wherever you are. So just shove everything in there, and yeah, and it's like we can't really say anything about it because we haven't had a bad experience with it, though of course it happens anywhere.
Hope that helps you guys. We will see you next week, next Monday. Bye. Good night. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.